Hello everyone, this is Claire Fisher from the Service Learning Academy. I will be giving a presentation about what exactly the Service Learning Academy is. This is Catherine. Her first service learning opportunity was as a high school student at Blackburn Alternative. When she became a college student at UNO studying studio arts and nonprofit management, she chose to continue service learning. And again, today, she works with high school students at Blackburn, exploring what does it mean to be an American today. Catherine said, I want to hear what the students have to say. I want this to be a time where Blackburn students can get a break and talk about real world things and make something cool. This project incorporates art, making collages, and painting. This is an example of how service learning project that she was involved in as a freshman in college has now sparked a collaboration that would continue. Service learning is an experiential, collaborative method of teaching where you as a student will apply what you're learning in class beyond the four walls of the classroom. You'll be working on a project which serves opportunities identified by our community. When taking a service learning class, you will apply the information you learned in the classroom with a hands-on approach. What you learn in the class, you will be applying to that project. Your community partner in this project is a co-educator and is here to assist and collaborate with you on the project. Your faculty members will tie in reflection activities throughout the project, which will facilitate critical learning. Some examples of reflection might include journals, small group discussions, reading, or arts. A little history about the Service Learning Academy. SLA was founded in 1999. Since then, it has grown to offering courses in all colleges, including the graduate level. Each year, the Service Learning Academy implements over 200 projects while collaborating with 300 community partners and over 75 different Omaha area schools. There are two types of projects: P-16 projects involving a UNO class, a K-12 class, and a community partner. The other projects are called traditional projects, which involve a UNO class and a community partner. The Service Learning Academy has a short video which you can preview at sla.unoomaha.edu. The Service Learning Academy strives to promote UNO's strategic priorities. The first is student-centered. We want to prepare you for a successful career in whatever field you want to go into. The second one is academic excellence. We focus on enhancing the learning experience. Again, you're applying what you're learning in the classroom. The third one is talking about engaging with the community. So you will be collaborating with a community partner and helping them with whatever they need accomplished. The last one is institutional quality. We want to provide an environment where you can utilize your skills and gain more. Many students probably have volunteered before. There's a difference between service learning and volunteering. With volunteering, there is no course connection. Many of you have probably volunteered outside or volunteered at a children's hospital. And in this process, you may be trying to meet a requirement for a scholarship or an other organization. With service learning, you'll be prepared before you start your project. Your professor will be closely involved and you will have course connection. The biggest thing between the two of them is that service learning offers reflection. During these projects, you will be reflecting throughout the process. At the Service Learning Academy, we want to make sure we're valuing community assets. So what is an asset? An asset is a valuable resource and strength. Assets are located throughout our community. A community is a group of people sharing something in common, sharing the same space. So again, we want to identify community assets. Service learning allows students to experience community assets while supporting community growth. Service learning is an asset-based approach to collaboration and community engagement. Focusing on community strengths allows the community to identify their own needs. As we come together to work on these service learning projects, we use the asset-based community approach. Instead of focusing on the needs and the deficits of what isn't there, we focus on the assets of what is there. Service learning is focused on using assets to make connections and contributions to support the community. We shift to the strengths, and then when we find these strengths, we work together. This photo is an example of how there was an asset, which was a garden bed in the community, but it was not being used to its full potential. So a group of King Science math students and UNO math students and the community partner all teamed up to come together to spruce it up. The UNO and P12 students worked together to design the community garden beds. They presented the idea to the community partner and the local community before building the garden beds. We know that the local community is our asset and the community partner knows its strengths and needs. By listening to the community, the Service Learning Project recognized the already existing assets in the community and leveraged them to assist in creating a usable space for the community garden. Sagan was a high school student in a project once. In this project, UNO students visited schools and talked about speech-language pathology. Through that interaction, Sagan realized that college was possible. She eventually became a UNO student herself. She ended up studying speech-language pathology just like in her project. As a UNO student, you're already held to a high standard. Service learning is an opportunity for you to practice professional skills, and SLA is here to support you in that process. Here are some expectations to think about when taking a service learning class. While working on the project, prepare to interact. This is the place where you'll translate what you're learning in the classroom to a real-world experience. Please be respectful of the time community partners are taking to engage with you and learn from them. Be open to what they have to teach you. Make sure to communicate with everyone involved. Netiquette. We're living in a digital age. It's important to use appropriate language, wear appropriate clothing, follow your instructor's instructions on microphone and camera usage, as well as be present to virtual meetings and phone calls with community partners and fellow classmates. Dress code. Just like you need appropriate clothing for the web or virtual meetings, you'll need to dress appropriately for any meetings to community agencies or with community partners. Your professor and community partner will share with you their expectations for dress. Please make sure to follow their instructions. Build relationships. You will have the opportunity to develop relationships with community partners. Many of the community partners will remember you, so it's a great way to look for future career opportunities. We have even had UNO students get job offers during service learning projects. Managing risk is very important to the University of Nebraska at Omaha and the Service Learning Academy, and this is why we have set a few guidelines that align with university policies in place to protect the people we work with. If you feel uncomfortable, say something to your teacher, the community partner, or service learning staff. If you suspect abuse, see something, say something. Here are a few resources when it comes to risk management. Feel free to reach out to the Service Learning Academy with any additional questions you might have. Thank you for your time.